Good morning, all. Miracle Rising. Happy July 21st. Man, I'll go through these lulls where my dreams I won't have terribly too many dreams and I don't have a ton of dreams. My coworker yesterday had a candid conversation with a service person. We'll just say service person. And they made it they made it oopsie daisy. They said something they shouldn't have. That happens. You see that a lot when people say something they shouldn't. They're like, ooh, that was an oopsie daisy. That's when they start telling on themselves. Truth be told, that's when you start observing. You start observing people's words, their actions. And that's what I had to start doing the last 3 years of my life, start observing. I've always been an observer, but not in the account of observing people in reference to a disingenuous way. I never thought I was surrounded by people that were moving disingenuously. I know I didn't feel good about myself, but I never thought I had to start observing the people around me. And it wasn't so much observing the people around me, but it was observing how the people around me were making me feel. Intentionally, truthfully, in a lot of different ways. Because they were broken, they were coerced, they were playing their role, they were playing their part, they were staying in line. I mean, there's countless things. I'm sure Charlie could attest to this too. I'm sure Candace could. I'm sure many people could in this world with handlers, with unique people choosing a unique lifestyle, playing a role, creating psychological warfare intentionally in this world. It's so crazy to me how people ploy on people's traumas. They ploy on people's good hearts. They ploy on people's good nature. That was a lot of the scenarios with Charlie. He had a good heart. He had a good nature. He had a good disposition. He had good desires in this world. He was frugal with his money. He was giving with his money, until the hierarchy got their fangs. They got their way. They had their way. I'm glad that Candace is touching on Masons and things of that nature. It's so deep-rooted, it's so deep-seated. It's all interconnected, it's all interwoven. All of it. When you start connecting all the dots, whether that be in your world or the reality you find yourself in or the reality that they put on the TV, you start seeing things so clearly, so evidently. And you have to figure out the role you play in it. If you find yourself in a rural world continually feeling crappy about yourself, you have to ask yourself, why? Why are you feeling crappy about yourself? What about your scenario is making you feel crappy? What about the people that you're surrounding yourself with is making you feel crappy? Are you not proud of the person you are? Are you not speaking truly? Are you not speaking honestly about how you truly feel, how they truly make you feel? That's another one. You can't so much hold people accountable when you're not being honest with them. You're not telling them, hey, you're not making me feel great. I don't really like the things that you're saying to me. I really don't like how our conversations go. I feel like there's some manipulation here. And I'm not sure the angles of it, but I'm just telling you, I don't like the way it makes me feel. I mean, I just don't understand why it's so difficult for people to land on that. I know, and I shouldn't say I don't understand because it was very difficult for me. So, hindsight, see? It's all about perspective. You have to be able to see things like that. And I always be correcting myself because it is difficult. It is really difficult to see, especially when it's your family, it's your loved ones, it's your community, it's your law enforcement, it's your government. Yeah, you don't want to see those. You don't want to see those. Obviously, it makes not one bit of sense. Not one bit of sense. Truly. I know a lot of people are scratching their head. I'm scratching my head. you know. But the candid conversation went along the lines of, it's going to get really bad within the next year or so. Yeah, it's going to get really bad. People think it's bad now. It's going to get really bad. This war is going to get bad. The economy is going to get worse. They're going to get more sporadic. Things are going to start costing more. People are going to start tripping, because their investments aren't going to be working to the ways that they were. People can't make money appear. And people aren't making money, they can't make money appear. The two and two don't go together. If the VA is not working conducive to help those in need, it's not going to work, right? I mean, we can go down this list. If the financial system isn't working conducive to what the financial system has been designed for, it's going to fail. If the government is not being conducive in doing their job, it's going to fail. Law enforcement, military, I mean, these are all plausible statements. And that's what we're seeing, and it's going to continually happen. Because there's a lot of people in power that just do not want to take accountability. They do not want to take accountability. And it's not even just the people in power in different ways. There's people within communities, there's people within families that do not want to take accountability for the wrongdoings, for the wrong actions, for the wrong decisions, for the wrong line that they stood on in reference to the PSYOP. You know? And it's one of those things. My entire life, I've chosen to go above and beyond for people. I've chosen to put people in front of me. I've chosen to give. I've chosen to push myself down and allow people to step on me. I've chosen to do all these things, and I've chosen to take accountability in this. To take accountability. Those are all things I've chosen to do. And the only way to have change in my reality is to be the change for me that I want to see. Figure out who's aligned with me. Figure out who deserves my attention. Figure out who deserves my kindness, my genuineness, my love. I have to figure out these things. If you look for the world to figure out these things within yourself, you're going to end up being on the shorter end of the stick. I can assure you of that. And it's an unfortunate world. It is an unfortunate world. You know, it's one of those things. Money makes people do weird things. Power makes people do weird things. People have an understanding that they think they have it all figured out. And so because they have an understanding, because they think they have it all figured out, they run with it. They run with it. And then they get on these bandwagons. And they start sharing their thoughts, their opinions, because they think they have it all figured out. But they're not recognizing, while you think you have it all figured out, you are also a pawn on the game puzzle. You think you have it all figured out, but what you have figured out is what they want you to have figured out. Let's just be clear here. Right? There's very intricate woven pieces in all of this. Very, very, very. You can see that so evidently in the Charlie Kirk case. And it's one of those things. There's so much that I see when it comes to the propaganda in the show on all sides of the fence. On all sides of the fence. In all podcasts and different things. How everybody's playing their part in different ways. But at the end of the day, it's not helping change the system, the economy. It's honestly keeping it stagnant in different ways. It's good to be aware, but where's the change coming in? You know what I mean? And it's one of those things I find it to be very unique. Because in order for the economy to change, in order for the justice system to change, the financial system to change, we have to be the change. We can't just keep talking about it. We have to be the change. We have to be the change that we want to see. And you have to move by example in that. You know, people hold you and diminish you because you have high standards, but they have to ask themselves,